You drive past a grey box on a pole. Nothing happens. You're not even sure it was on. 3 weeks later, a letter arrives. Your photo, your plate, your speed. A fine. The box knew exactly what you were doing. It caught you before you even touched the brake. Here's what actually happens inside that grey box. Most fixed speed cameras use radar, a technology employed in law enforcement since the 1970s. These cameras don't just passively sit there, they actively fire a continuous radio wave at the road in front of them. This wave is typically in the K band at around 24.125 gigahertz, or the Ka band between 33.4 and 36.0 gigahertz. This invisible wave travels at the speed of light. When that wave hits your car, some of its energy bounces back towards the camera. But here's the crucial part. Because your car is moving, the reflected wave returns at a slightly different frequency than the one originally sent out. This change in frequency is known as the Doppler effect, the same physical phenomenon that makes an ambulance siren sound higher pitched as it approaches you and lower as it passes by. The camera's internal electronics, often using a heterodyne receiver, precisely measure this tiny shift in frequency. For instance, a K-band radar needs to detect approximately 70 frequency shifts to calculate just 1 mile per hour. From this shift, the camera's processor calculates your speed with remarkable accuracy, usually within plus or minus 1 mile per hour in a fraction of a second. This happens long before you've even fully passed the camera, often from hundreds of feet away. The moment the radar reading exceeds a preset speed threshold, the camera triggers. It doesn't just take a single snapshot. Modern systems often capture a high-resolution photograph or even a short video clip of your vehicle. This image or video captures your vehicle, usually from the front or rear, with the exact time and date stamped to the millisecond. But a photo of a speeding car isn't useful without knowing who owns it. This is where the system gets genuinely clever. Every speed camera is paired with automatic number plate recognition, or ANPR for short. This technology, first developed in the UK in 1976, is incredibly sophisticated. The camera's image is immediately fed into specialized optical character recognition, or OCR software. This software doesn't rely on a human looking at the image or a database lookup at this stage. Instead, it uses complex algorithms, often powered by machine learning and deep learning, to directly read the alphanumeric characters on your license plate in real time. The system first localizes the plate within the image, then isolates and interprets each character. This entire process takes under 2 seconds. It can accurately read plates even if they are wet, slightly angled, partially obscured, or on vehicles traveling at speeds up to 240 kilometers per hour. Here's a crucial detail almost nobody knows about this. ANPR systems integrate with databases containing information about registered vehicles. That plate number is then cross-referenced against the relevant vehicle registration database, like the DVLA in the UK. This lookup returns the registered keeper's name and address. A penalty notice is then automatically generated and posted. The entire process, from the initial radar trigger to the letter being printed, can happen without a single person ever looking at the image or manually processing the data. It's a completely automated chain. Mobile speed cameras work on a similar principle of speed detection but offer more flexibility. Often, a police officer parks a vehicle at the side of the road and points a handheld or vehicle-mounted Lidar gun at approaching traffic. Lidar stands for light detection and ranging. Instead of continuous radio waves, a Lidar gun fires rapid, extremely short pulses of infrared laser light. These pulses are invisible to the human eye, typically operating at a wavelength around 904 nanometers. Each laser pulse travels to your vehicle, reflects off it, and returns to the gun. The system precisely measures the round-trip time of each pulse in nanoseconds. Since light travels at a known speed, approximately 30 centimeters per nanosecond, the gun can calculate the exact distance to your car for each pulse. By sending out hundreds of these pulses in less than half a second, often 100 pulses within 0.3 of a second, the LiDAR system tracks how that distance changes between successive pulses. From the rate of change in distance over time, it calculates your speed. Lidar is extraordinarily accurate, often to within plus or minus 1 mile per hour. The infrared beam it emits is very narrow, typically only about 56 centimeters in diameter at 300 meters. This allows the officer to target a single vehicle in a specific lane, even in heavy traffic, from over 300 meters away, making it much harder to detect than traditional radar. Average speed cameras are fundamentally different from both radar and LiDAR systems. They do not measure how fast you are going at one specific moment. Instead, they measure your average speed across a defined distance. This system works differently than you might expect. This system requires at least two cameras positioned a precisely known distance apart. In the UK, the legal minimum distance between cameras is 200 meters, but many systems span several kilometers. Both cameras are connected to the same central system. When your vehicle passes the first camera, its number plate is photographed using ANPR technology, and the exact timestamp is logged to the millisecond. When you pass the second camera, your vehicle is photographed again, and another timestamp is recorded. The system then simply divides the known distance between the cameras by the time elapsed between your two timestamps. That calculation gives your average speed for that entire stretch of road. This means there is no benefit to braking only when you see the camera. If you are driving at 140 kilometers per hour for the first 3 kilometers of a 5-kilometer zone, and then slowed down for the last 2 kilometers, the system still calculates your average speed over the entire 5 kilometers. That average will likely still catch you. The only way to pass through an average speed camera zone without a penalty is to have maintained a legal speed for the entire distance. Modern systems are even designed to track vehicles across multiple lanes, so changing lanes won't help you either. All speed camera systems, whether fixed radar, mobile LiDAR, or average speed cameras, use infrared illumination for their photographs. This is why they do not emit a visible flash that would distract drivers. The intense burst of light some drivers think they see is either a reflection from the camera's infrared LEDs or imagined entirely. Infrared wavelengths, typically around 880 or 940 nanometers, are invisible to the human eye. However, they are highly effective at illuminating reflective license plates, ensuring the camera records a clear image regardless of the time of day or ambient light conditions. The images and data collected are stored securely. In fixed camera systems, these evidence files are transmitted to a central processing unit over an encrypted connection, maintaining a digital chain of custody from the moment of capture. For any speeding ticket to hold up in court, the camera's calibration certificate proving its accuracy is crucial. These devices are regularly calibrated, typically every 6 to 12 months, by accredited laboratories to ensure their precise speed measurement. This certified accuracy, combined with the detailed timestamp evidence, forms a legally defensible case, often without any police officer needing to be present at the scene of the original violation. The grey box on the pole is not passive, it's not waiting to be noticed. It is measuring every vehicle that passes in real time, making a legal determination about each one before the driver has cleared the camera by more than a few meters. You were not caught later. You were caught the moment you passed it. If this kind of everyday mystery fascinates you, subscribe to How It Actually Works for more.